Most people think packages just arrive. You order online, the box shows up, simple. But behind every delivery is a massive empire that took over a century to build. One man started all with a bicycle and 100. He had no education, no connections, no business plan. Just a promise, deliver anything, anywhere, on time. This is Jim Casey, the package king who built UPS from a Seattle basement and created the logistics empire that moves the world. The messenger boy who dreamed bigger, James Emmett Casey, was born on March 29, 1888, in Pickhandle Gulch, Nevada, a rough mining town. He died in 1983 at age 95, but the company he built delivers over 6 billion packages a year. Jim didn't come from wealth. His father was an unsuccessful miner who struggled with alcoholism. His mother raised 4 children in poverty. When Jim was 11, his family moved to Seattle. Money was so tight that Jim had to drop out of school to work. He got a job as a messenger boy, running telegrams and packages across the city on foot. Jim later said, "I learned everything about this business by running through the streets. I saw what customers needed. I saw where others failed." By age 19, Jim had saved $100. It wasn't much, but it was enough. In 1907, Jim and his friend Claude Ryan founded the American Messenger Company in a basement in Seattle. They had no vehicles, no office, just 2 bicycles and a telephone. Jim's philosophy was simple: deliver packages faster, cheaper, and more reliably than anyone else. He worked 16-hour days. He answered the phone himself. He made deliveries personally. He obsessed over every detail. An early customer recalled Jim promised delivery by 5 p.m., and he delivered at 4:05 p.m. every time. You could set your watch by him. From bicycles to brown trucks. For the first decade, American Messenger Company was tiny. Jim and his partners delivered packages locally on bicycles and on foot. But Jim watched the world change. Cars were becoming common. The telephone was spreading. Department stores were growing. Jim saw an opportunity. Retail stores needed someone to deliver their packages to customers' homes. In 1913, Jim bought his first delivery car, a Model T Ford. He painted it brown because brown paint was cheap and didn't show dirt. That brown color became iconic. In 1919, Jim expanded beyond Seattle, moving into Oakland, California. He changed the company name to United Parcel Service, UPS. The name reflected Jim's vision, united service across the entire country. But expansion was brutal. Competitors fought back. Regulations blocked him. Money was tight. Jim never gave up. He believed that consistency and reliability would win. A UPS driver from the 1920s said, "Mr. Sparchin," Casey told us, "we're not just delivering packages, we're delivering trust." That was the standard. By the 1930s, UPS was operating in several cities on the West Coast. But Jim wanted more. He wanted to go national. The strategy that built an empire. Jim Casey's genius wasn't just hard work. It was strategy. While competitors focused on profitable routes, Jim focused on infrastructure. He built hubs, warehouses, and sorting facilities. He invested in technology when others relied on pen and paper. UPS was one of the first companies to use conveyor belts for sorting packages. Jim also created a unique company culture. He believed employees should own part of the company. In 1927, Jim established an employee stock ownership plan. UPS drivers, sorters, and managers could buy company shares. This was radical. Most companies in the 1920s treated workers as disposable. Jim treated them as partners. UPS stayed private for decades. No outside investors, no stock market, just employees and founders owning shares. This gave UPS incredible stability and long-term thinking. But Jim's biggest strategic move came in the 1950s. He decided UPS would deliver for anyone, not just department stores. Regular people could call UPS to ship packages. This was revolutionary. Before UPS, most package delivery was controlled by the U.S. Postal Service and freight companies. UPS competed directly with the post office and won by being faster, more reliable, and more customer-focused. The rival that pushed UPS to dominate. While Jim Casey was building UPS, another man was building a rival empire, Fred Smith, founder of FedEx. Fred started FedEx in 1971 with a revolutionary idea: overnight delivery via airplanes. FedEx promised to deliver packages anywhere in the US by the next morning. It was bold, expensive, and risky. Fred famously wrote his business plan as a college paper at Yale. His professor gave him a C, saying the idea would never work. But Fred proved everyone wrong. FedEx exploded in the 1970s and 1980s. Suddenly, UPS had serious competition. Jim Casey had retired by then, but UPS leadership responded aggressively. They launched UPS Next Day Air in 1982, competing directly with FedEx. The rivalry between UPS and FedEx became legendary. They competed on speed, price, technology, and service. Both companies invested billions in airplanes, trucks, sorting hubs, and tracking technology. Today, UPS and FedEx together control the majority of the US package delivery market. And industry analysts explained, UPS and FedEx aren't just competitors, they're the two pillars of global logistics. The world economy depends on both of them. The brown giant goes global. Under Jim Casey's successors, UPS expanded globally. By the 1980s, UPS was delivering in Europe. By the 1990s, in Asia. By the 2000s, on every continent. UPS became one of the largest employers in the world, with over 500,000 workers. The company operates over 100,000 vehicles, the iconic brown trucks seen in every city. UPS owns a fleet of over 600 aircraft, making it one of the largest airlines in the world. The company delivers over 24 million packages per day. That's over 6 billion packages per year. During the COVID-19 pandemic, UPS became even more essential. With people stuck at home, online shopping exploded. UPS delivered food, medicine, supplies, everything people needed to survive. A UPS driver during the pandemic said, "We were considered essential workers. People depended on us. It felt like we were keeping the world running." The man who stayed humble. Despite building one of the largest companies on earth, Jim Casey remained humble his entire life. He never married. He lived in a modest apartment. He didn't own a car. He took the bus to work. Jim believed wealth should be earned and shared, not flaunted. Jim poured his fortune into the UPS Foundation and the Annie E. Casey Foundation, named after his mother. These foundations fund education, child welfare, and community development. Jim once said, "I didn't build this company to get rich. I built it to serve. Money is just a tool." Jim retired in 1962 but remained involved with UPS until his death in 1983. When he died, UPS was generating billions in revenue and employed hundreds of thousands of people. The legacy in every brown truck today, UPS is worth over $150 billion. It generates over $100 billion in annual revenue. UPS drivers are some of the highest paid delivery workers in the world, earning an average of $95,000 per year with benefits. That's because of Jim Casey's belief in treating workers well. UPS remains partially employee-owned. Thousands of UPS workers are millionaires because of stock ownership. A current UPS executive said, "Jim Casey built a company where hard work is rewarded. Drivers can retire millionaires." That's his legacy. But UPS faces new challenges. Amazon is building its own delivery network, threatening UPS's dominance. Drones and autonomous vehicles could change logistics forever. Environmental pressure is mounting. UPS's trucks and planes produce massive carbon emissions. UPS is responding by investing in electric vehicles, alternative fuels, and sustainable practices. The company has committed to being carbon neutral by 2050. The FedEx rivalry continues. While UPS dominates ground delivery, FedEx dominates express air delivery. Fred Smith built FedEx into a $90 billion company. He revolutionized overnight shipping and global logistics. FedEx is faster. UPS is cheaper and more reliable for ground delivery. The two companies compete fiercely, but also respect each other. A shipping consultant explained, "UPS and FedEx need each other. Competition keeps both companies sharp. Without rivalry, one would dominate and get lazy." Together, UPS and FedEx move trillions of dollars in goods annually. They employ over 1 million people combined. They operate in nearly every country on earth. The empire built on service. Jim Casey proved that obsessing over customer service builds empires, that treating employees well creates loyalty, that staying private gives you freedom. He started with $100 and a bicycle and built the company that delivers the world. Every time a brown truck pulls up to your door, that's Jim Casey's legacy. From a messenger boy running through Seattle streets to the founder of a $100 billion empire. From a basement startup to 6 billion packages a year. From bicycles to the largest logistics network on earth. That's the story of Jim Casey, the package king who built UPS and proved that service, not speed, wins the race. If you enjoyed learning about Jim Casey, the humble founder who built UPS into a global logistics empire, let us know who we should uncover next. The most essential companies are often the ones we notice least, and we're bringing their stories to light